Would you like to see him run for a third term?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Would you vote for him?
Of course I would.
The folks from the Good Liars hit up a Trump rally after his big 100-day milestone, and what they found? You don't want to miss this one. It's a greatest hits album of the most unhinged, clueless, loud and proud voters you'll ever see. Let's get into it.
We are here outside Donald Trump's first 100 days rally. There's a huge line of people to come in right now. Massive crowd here for Donald Trump. They're so excited because of all the winning.
We need to start buying shit in America.
You want to buy American shit?
Yep, America, made in America.
Could I
cost more.
could I ask you where the hat's made?
Oh, it's probably made in China. I don't know. I bought this 4 years ago.
Where's it made?
It's made in China. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to see Trump get rid of DEI in colleges?
Yes.
Would you like to see Trump have more pro-Trump professors in college?
Yeah, possible. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah.
Even playing field.
Yeah. Make it a little more diverse.
Yes.
And include more of the Trump professors there?
Well, yeah, why not? Because that's so overrun with all the others, so very progressive.
Would that be more equitable?
Well, we don't want to go on this whole DEI thing.
Do you like that he's kind of trying to influence universities and what's taught in universities?
Yes. Yes.
Are you behind that as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The pressure he's putting on Harvard to kind of change the way they're doing things?
Yes. Yeah.
Did it seem strange a little bit that he started Trump University and then had to pay $25 million because it was deemed a fraud, but he wants to tell other universities how to teach?
I honestly don't have an issue with that. I think I'm looking more into like the future, what's going on now than in the past. I don't know. I think universities are kind of I think brainwashing the younger generation.
But if just hypothetically, if someone ran a scam university, should they be dictating what universities teach?
I'm like a huge Trump supporter, so I don't have an issue with that.
Nothing says trustworthy education expert like a guy who, get this, ran a scam university and got hit with a $25 million fraud settlement. And now he's telling real universities how to teach. Genius move, right? Because who better to shape young minds than someone who literally got fined for ripping people off? And here's the kicker. His biggest fan just shrugs it off like it's no big deal. Brainwashing the younger generation? Meh. I'm a huge supporter, so whatever. Yeah. Full-on cult vibes right there. When you start ignoring huge red flags just because of blind loyalty, that's not education reform. That's cult initiation. But let's continue.
No one's ever done more for this country, hands down. I mean, does this guy sleep? That's what I think a lot of people want to know. It's unbelievable. And I'm a Canadian for Trump, too.
Oh, you're a Canadian?
Yeah, but I've been in the States for about 20 years.
Would you like to see Donald Trump take over Canada, make a state?
You know, I think there are millions of Canadians that would take that and prefer that over, the Liberal government up there destroyed the country. And it's just a shame. A little sad news last night, too, but...
What are your thoughts on the tariffs with Canada?
I'm in favor of that.
Oh, okay.
100%. And throughout the world, there's no doubt that we have the largest market in the world. We're the buyers, and everybody's been ripping us off.
Wait, who's we here? You're a Canadian, right?
I'm American. I've been here since the mid-'90s.
But are you a citizen?
I am. I have a green card, but I just continue to renew it every 10 years.
But you're not a citizen.
Correct.
Tariffs, the magic fix for everyone ripping us off, right? But wait, who's we here? America? Canada? Turns out, it's a guy with a green card. Not even a citizen, but still ranting about U.S. trade policy like he's the Secretary of Commerce. Hey, if renewing a green card every 10 years makes you a tariff expert, who am I to argue?
Would you like to see him run for a third term?
I would.
Yeah. Would you vote for him?
Of course I would, wholeheartedly.
Are you worried about the Constitution?
Everything will be worked out. Everything will be worked out. Yeah, it will. It would be wonderful. I hope he makes it.
So what does that mean to you, Trump 2028?
It means that President Trump could be our president again
Does it bother you that it's in the Constitution, that it's one of the amendments that he can't do 3 terms?
Well, maybe the amendment could be changed with Congress. You know, it's possible. So let's see what happens.
Would you be okay with the Second Amendment being changed?
The only thing I want about the Second Amendment to be changed for would be to, like voter ID. Just make sure that they have ID for people that are.
I'm asking about guns. If the right for Americans to keep and bear arms were taken away, would that be okay?
No, absolutely not.
So what's the difference between that amendment and the other one that you just want removed?
Because one of them creates a policy, and the other one is a original. See, the change was not the original right of our country in the policy. It was not the originally in the Constitution 2 terms. It came in later at a later time. Okay.
Right, the Second Amendment is an amendment to the Constitution. You don't seem like you're stuck on all the amendments necessarily. So I'm asking if you'd be okay tossing out the Second Amendment.
No, I wouldn't be.
So let's get this straight. This guy says they're totally fine tossing out the 22nd Amendment. You know, the one that limits presidents to 2 terms, because maybe Congress can just change it. But the Second Amendment, untouchable. Absolutely not, they say. That's sacred. The double standard couldn't be clearer. One amendment is suddenly just policy and up for debate, while the other, treated like it was carved into stone by the Founding Fathers themselves. And here's the thing. It's not just 1 or 2 folks thinking like this either. There are millions who hold these same contradictory beliefs and don't see a single issue with it. It's not about the Constitution anymore. It's about whatever benefits their guy. For anyone actually paying attention, it's frustrating. Just watching people nod along, totally blind to the hypocrisy, even when it's smacking them right in the face.
What's a problem with the education in the United States of America right now?
I have a 15-year-old grandson that they have literally cats in the school that use litter boxes. They do like
litter boxes in school
for kids to use. Yes.
Your grandson actually has seen this?
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
I've seen it.
Oh, really? So what happened?
That's what they use for the bathroom. They have them in the bathroom, and that's what they use in the bathrooms.
So this happened at your school?
My grandson's.
Okay.
Yep.
And he said that this was happening?
Yes. He's the one that brought it to our attention, and we went and seen it for ourselves.
Oh, wow. And what school is that?
That I don't want to say.
Oh, okay. No, I just would want to look into it. Maybe you could tell me off camera.
I can do that.
Okay. And yeah, because I'd seen several reports about that, and they said that there was kitty litter in the schools in case there was like a mass shooting or something, and they needed to go to the bathroom, something if somebody had an accident. And that's not what you're referring to here?
No, they're allowing it. The board members have approved it.
So you have an electric vehicle. Are you worried at all about climate change and the burning of fossil fuels, things like that?
I'm really not worried about it because I don't have any kids, and in my lifetime I won't see those issues, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I drive a Hellcat, you know, I have a Harley, you know. I'm anything that excites me, that moves me, that's what I'm about, you know.
And what would your message be to somebody who has kids, worried about their future, the planet, global warming, things like that?
Don't worry, I mean, there's more to life to worry about than that, you know. Yeah, that's how I feel.
So this guy drives a Hellcat, owns a Harley, and says he's not worried about climate change. Why? Because he doesn't have kids. And in his lifetime, things probably won't get that bad. Cool. So as long as he's comfortable, the rest of the planet can just deal with it. This isn't just apathy. It's straight up, I got mine, screw everyone else. And sadly, he's not alone. There are tons of people walking around with this exact mindset, fully aware of the problem, but totally uninterested in being part of the solution.
What does this say?
Huh? What does it say?
Yeah.
Fuck off, we're full.
And what does that mean?
We're full. We don't need any more immigrants. Thank you.
All right. A guy up there had a shirt that said "fuck off, we're full."
I thought that was pretty funny. I actually saw that.
But you're not a citizen. You could be kicked out of here.
No, but I'm legal. That's the point.
Legal. Okay. What are your thoughts on some of the immigrants being sent to El Salvador, to those vicious prisons there?
I'm all for it. You're here illegally. You broke the law to get here. You need to go. If you want to come back and didn't commit any crimes while you were here or there, then come back legally.
But going to those prisons, there is not a way out of those prisons. That they're designed so you stay there for life and you can't go outside and you're in a cell with 50 other people. Is that the right punishment for coming into the country illegally?
That is the punishment that they chose.
Did they? But because they didn't. Some of the people came in 10 years ago.
Listen, if I go over a border, I'm going to be in prison. Any other border, any other country, that's how it is. So, yes, that's the way it should be.
But a prison that's in another country that is a vicious, basically concentration camp, that's okay?
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, no problem.
So this woman straight up says she's all for sending undocumented immigrants to brutal prisons in El Salvador. Her logic? Well, they broke the law. That's the punishment they chose. Nobody chooses a foreign prison designed to strip you of their humanity. They crossed a border. She's talking like they committed war crimes. And here's the kicker. It's always these same people claiming to follow Christian values. Like, what would Jesus do? Apparently sentence desperate families to hell on earth. Because when Jesus said, "I was a stranger and you welcomed me," he totally meant ship them off to a third world prison and never look back, right? It's wild how fast the family values crowd forgets all about compassion, grace, and mercy the second the word immigrant comes up. And trying to reason with them, honestly, it's exhausting. You're standing there pointing at the hypocrisy like it's a neon sign, and they just blink at you like nothing's wrong.
Last month, Donald Trump gave the go-ahead for ICE to enter homes of American citizens if they suspect them of having undocumented people inside. Do you think that's acceptable?
I hadn't heard of that.
Without a warrant?
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that. I mean, it's like you have to have a warrant to go in somebody's house. It's a U.S. citizen.
Right, but Donald Trump has given ICE the order that they do not need a warrant to go into the home of a U.S. citizen.
I guess I don't know what to think about that. I haven't heard that, so I can't really comment on it.
He hasn't heard about it yet, or has no comment, probably because Fox News hasn't told him how to feel about it yet. But anyway, if you want to see the full video, I've linked it down in the description. Seriously, it's worth watching. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, or if it made you scream into the void like it did for me, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and let me know what moment had you shaking your head the hardest.